Minimalist Bushcraft Survival Kit. 10 Cases Kit in a Cup. Von einem Kanal Ranger Survival and Fieldcraft. Mal schauen, ob was kann. Mal schauen, wir schauen einfach mal rein.
Guys, welcome back to Ranger Survival and Fieldcraft. I'm Andrew. Now what I have for you today are the 10 C's of survivability, Pathfinder Standard, inside of our nesting cup. A minimalist
So ähnlich ist das ja, ne? Jetzt von einem Ami natürlich, der mit nichts zu tun hat. Pathfinder.
kit that we can take with us for emergency or to simply have out in the field.
Okay, so, was hat er da mit? Er hat auf jeden Fall mit eine Art Paracord, einfach Kordel mitgenommen, einen Kompass mitgenommen, was zu schreiben mitgenommen. Wahrscheinlich ein Heftchen, was nass werden kann. Eine Stirnlampe, ein Feuerstahl, ein Messer, Klebeband und irgendwas anderes. Okay.
And survive with. So, let's go. Now that first tool is going to be the cutting tool in the 10 C's. The 10C is just a helpful mnemonic to remember some of the harder things to recreate off the landscape, but a cutting tool is going to be that first and primary tool, and folding knives with this minimalist kit can generally be relied upon with the appropriate techniques. But the Swiss Army Knife Ranger Grip is going to be the knife of choice for our minimalist kit in a cup. The Ranger
Okay, also er sagt, also das wäre die Wahl, wenn man minimalistisch etwas mitnimmt und dass das Cutting-Werkzeug das Wichtigste
grip,
ist.
similar to the ones you can get off the shelf, but this is made especially for SRO or Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School because it's OD green, and generally the instructors carry these as their pocket knife. We have a large blade that we can lock in place.
Die kleinen Sägen sind gar nicht so schlecht, nur bei dem, was die an Sheltern bauen wollen, wird es, glaube ich, heftig.
Use it to harvest material off the landscape or craft different things around camp. We're going to have a saw blade, generally the same length as that blade. That means that we have a cutting surface, generally the width of our hand, meaning we can take larger materials from the landscape and craft those down to whatever we may need. We're also going to have
Das habe ich ehrlich gesagt noch nie verstanden, warum noch zwei fast identische Sachen oft dran sind.
the standard Swiss Army knife tools that come with these multi-tools, being that we have a can opener and a bottle opener, a wire stripper, and we also have the screwdrivers as part of those different
Gut, das wird man da weniger
tools.
brauchen.
On the back side, we're going to have a Phillips head screwdriver that we can use, as well as a reamer or an awl. The blade, the saw, and the reamer or awl are going to be the three primary tools
Pinzette ist gar nicht so schlecht
because we can
mitzunehmen.
use these to actually manipulate material out in the wilderness and create different notches for different tools and expand the ability to craft different things from the landscape. But this knife is great for an overall pocket knife. Highly encouraged to carry, highly recommended. A great knife to have in our minimalist kit. That next item, the second item in the 10
Großen Feuerstahl finde ich auch gut. Bei 14, obwohl bei 14 Tagen komme ich noch mal im normalen
This is a
hin.
combustion device. This could be anything as part of our minimalist kit, and the beauty about this is that we can craft that kit.
Und wieder typisch Militär. Was machen sie? Sehe ich doch sofort. Hier Tape drumherum gerollt. Tape kann man immer gebrauchen.
However we want to, but a ferro rod, a 6-inch by half-inch diameter ferro rod is what I placed in the kit and recommend. We could put any combustion device in there we want to, but a ferro rod is going to give us thousands and thousands and thousands of strikes. This ferro rod in the video I've had for almost a decade, and it's still here, still working.
Okay, er sagt, er hat schon über 10 Jahre den Feuerstahl, ne? Alles klar.
We can take this ferro rod, light tinder sources, or even light a stove and get that stove lit, and we can take this with our Swiss Army knife and actually use it to spark, but we can apply a little bit of technology or woodcraft by grabbing a toggle, placing that toggle over top of our saw blade that we use as a striker, holding it in place with our hand. We can actually bear down on that ferro rod even more now because the saw blade doesn't lock. We use that toggle to lock it in place.
Ah, okay. Den Trick, also er sagt, man kann oben das Holzstückchen tatsächlich drüber machen, gleichzeitig anfassen, dadurch verrutscht die Säge weniger und man kriegt mehr Feuer hin. Habe ich so noch nie gesehen. Ich nehme tatsächlich immer das bei mir bei den Messern, was ganz gerade oben abgeschliffen ist, also nicht auf der Klinge, sondern Rücken. Da fliegen auch wie verrückt die Funken, gerade bei dem großen.
To apply a little bit of pressure, holding that in place, giving us better purchase on that ferro rod to get a fire going. Our third item is going to be cordage. In this case, we have a 100-foot roll of bank line. Bank line is a
140 Fuß durch 3 ungefähr. 4, 12, 40, 45 Meter.
fire and forget cordage, meaning we can use it, and then generally when we're done with it, we can throw it in the fire or toss it because It's almost a single-use cordage. We want to hang on to other cordages like paracord because we can use it again and again, but Bankline is going to be a perfect cordage for lashing, stringing up a tripod, or putting a shelter together, for firecraft or making tools off the land.
Auch nicht schlecht gemacht, cool gemacht.
Landscape like a cane pole or a trot line to go after food or game, as well as making different tools with round lashings or a quick lash with an arbor.
Sehr cool. Das ist aber wieder aus den Fritz hier, sowas zu sehen.
Or not, and then we can use this with different firecraft items like a pump drill or a bow drill to get a fire going in an emergency. Item number 4 in the 10Cs is some sort of container. In this case, we want a metal container because we can take that metal container and place it over a fire. The metal container or a nesting cup like the one in the video as part of our kit can do a variety of things for us. It is the heart of the kit, meaning that that cup is probably the hardest thing to recreate off the landscape, but one of the most durable and multifunctional items that we have in our kit. That metal cup gives us the ability to boil water. We can use 2 sticks to put it on and pull it off the fire. We can use it to collect water, both in summertime or in winter, collect rainwater, gather materials, and boil them over the fire.
Yes, das war ein Trick. Das war leider nicht beim Arctic Warrior mit drin. Ich habe ja genau das, kannte ich aus dem Winter Survival Lager mal. Mit Netzen. Ich hatte kein Netz dabei. Ich kann dich vielleicht ein oder andere noch erinnern. Aber ich habe ja so einen Packsack genommen von Carinthia und den auch mit Schnee vollgefüllt und neben dem Feuer gehängt. Und dann tropft da die ganze Zeit Wasser aus.
Safe to consume. Our 5th C is going to be that cover item or shelter item. We do not have an item inside of the kit. We are actually wearing that item on us. Our clothing is always our first line of defense in a survival situation to protect us from the elements. On top of that, we can look for things that are already naturally made, like a bent over tree. Simply add more debris to the top of that and a bed below, and we have our shelter. Now, that 6th item is going to be a candling device or just some sort of flashlight. In this case, we have a headlamp for our 6th item. That headlamp gives us the ability to see in the dark and perform tasks in the dark or land navigate in the dark, as well as signal for search and rescue during hours of limited visibility. This headlamp comes with several different functions on it. We have a low, medium, and high beam white light, and then we also have a green and red lens light for different uses in the field. But we can also hold down the button for about 5 seconds and activate the strobe function on our headlamp, making it a passive signal that we can string up in a tree to alert search and rescue and guide them into our position during nighttime or hours of limited visibility. But this headlamp...
Okay, also erklärt gerade die Stirnlampe, was man alles damit machen kann. Ich vergesse immer, übersetzen am besten. Genau, verschiedene Funktionsmöglichkeiten.
Also comes with a unique function in that we can remove that headband if we don't want it, and there's a Velcro adapter. We attach that to the headlamp, and we can place the entire headlamp on our hat if we have the hook pile tape on the outside of our hat, making it another hands-free device, but it can attach to our hat very easily. We can use it the same way, and then even take off our hat, put the hat up in the tree to use as a passive signal at nighttime. A great function, multi-function item, and then we can even hold that flashlight in our hands if we need to. A great piece of kit for a minimalist survival kit. That 7th item is a compass. Only this time we've decided to add pen and paper to our compass because it fits in our minimalist kit, but with that compass and with that paper and pencil, we can actually keep track of our legs as we move through the woods. That way we never become...
Genau, All Weather, Ride in Rain. Die Dinger gibt es überall beim Militär, verschiedene Ausführungen.
Become lost. We can use the information as part of our travel log to find our way out, even if we don't have a map in the area, but we keep an accurate direction, an accurate pace count or distance walked, and then any notes along the way to recreate our map. All we have to do is gather that travel log and then simply use our compass, our notebook, and our bank line or some string or cordage and recreate the map on the forest floor using small stakes, and then we can find our distance and direction back to our starting point, and we're never lost. That 8th item is going to be a piece of cotton cloth, and the small OD
Okay, Cotton, also Baumwolle.
green bandana fits perfectly into our 10C's cup kit. We can use a cotton cloth for just about anything out in the field. Crush up different materials for medicines, use it as a handhold with a saw blade to cut down a sapling for a commando saw, pick up hot pots. We can take that cotton, char it, and
okay, aber dafür hast du eigentlich Handschuhe mit dabei, oder?
And use it for flint and steel fire. If it's highly visible, we can use that piece of cotton cloth for a flag for signal, as a waypoint marker during land navigation. We can even use it as a mobile marker on our
Okay, das sind jetzt eigentlich Fliegersichtzeichen, die er wieder mit hat.
backs if we're walking.
Okay. Hat doch 100 gesagt. Ihr seid im Chat gerade dran wegen der Länge von der Schnur immer noch. 100 durch 3. Nein, er hat nicht 100 gesagt. Ich meine 130, 140 Fuß lang. Meine ich 150. Ja, 150 grob durch 3. Grob.
In an open area for search and rescue to see, as a cushion for a thin bearing block for friction fire sets. We can lay it out on the ground to keep our stuff up off the ground and out of the mud. We can use it to harvest materials or food off the landscape. Provides.
Warte mal. Was war das für eine Waffe? US Survival stand da mit drin? US Survival. Survival School oder was? Okay.
And out of the mud. We can use it.
Aber irgendwelche kleinen hier, 22er Kaliber oder sowas. Irgendwas Kleines, kleine Kugel.
To harvest materials or food off the landscape. Provides tourniquet to help save our lives or our buddies' lives. Possibilities are endless with this simple cotton cloth. Our 9th item is going to be cargo tape, just like our cotton material.
Das hat, glaube ich, jeder, der irgendwo bei der Militär ist, hat immer Tape
Cargo
dabei.
tape or duct tape or gorilla tape. The possibilities are endless. With this small roll of tape, we can do a variety of things out in the field. One of the best improvisational techniques that we can do out in the field, demonstrating the capabilities of cargo tape, is creating external sutures combined with our bank line to close up a laceration and stop bleeding.
Coole Sachen hat er mit reingenommen, aus den Militärsachen. Sehr coole
Bank
Sachen.
line to close up a laceration and stop bleeding.
Also, warum macht er das jetzt, falls eine große Schnittwunde sein sollte, wie man sie zusammenzieht?
And that final and 10th item as part of our 10Cs kit is a canvas sail needle or just a simple needle. Typically we take these and tape them on the
Habe ich auch immer. Eine Nadel habe ich immer dabei.
back of our sheaths out at the schoolhouse, so we have them with us, a standard TTP that everybody follows. But we can do the same thing here with our small roll of bank line and a piece of tape. We can just tape that needle to the inside of the roll of our bank line spool, and then we have it ready there. We can make an improvised sewing kit or use that needle to get out a splinter, whatever we need it for survival. This is a basic minimalist kit, but we should never go to the field without a fixed blade knife on us, some sort of cordage, and a way to start fire on
Genau, geht niemals raus ohne ein Messer mit einer
our
fixen
person,
Klinge.
ready to go for emergencies.
Und auch wieder typisch Tape ums Feuerzeug drum. Oh, irgendwie sind alle gleich. Aber es funktioniert
Alright
halt
guys, that does it for this video. A very down and dirty 10C's minimalist kit in a cup. I hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment in the comment section. I always appreciate your feedback. I want to thank you guys for everything you do for me, for this channel, for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your comments, your feedback, and your shares. And I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.
Also cool und kurz gemacht. Check.